This is Rabbi Karen, and we're here for our Tuesday Maariv service. I'm so glad you can join us this evening. We are live on Facebook on Shalom, Rabbi Stephen Blade, UJUC, and JSLI. We're also on YouTube and simshalom.com. And we're on Zoom right now also. So wherever you are, I'm glad you can join us for this evening. Go into the chat, say hi, and we will shortly begin our Maariv service. I hope wherever you are nice and warm, you are comfortable. We've got some big temperature changes around the country, and I just hope you are all safe. Good evening, Barbara. It's good to see you. I'm glad you could join us. All right, so everybody, again, this is Rabbi Karen. And we're about to begin our Tuesday Maariv service. My friend Rabbi Jeffrey, I hope you are well. It's good to see you here. And we will begin any moment now as we start our Tuesday Maariv service. I hope all is well. I hope everybody is healthy. I hope everybody is happy. Dee, welcome. I'm glad you're here this evening with us also. And now we have Reba in the house. She's joined us on Zoom. And we are beginning to prepare and get ready for our Maariv service. Hi, Reba. It's good to see you. All right. Let's go to share screen and begin our service for this evening. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is and how pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever. And now, when we think of Adonai, we think of the miracles that were created of separating dark from light, light from dark. And as you know, now it's already dark. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, u'vitbuna mishanei tim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'msader et ha'kochavim b'mishmoroteim barakia kirtzono. You abound in blessings, Eternal One, our God, sovereign of all time and space, whose word brings on twilight. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshek v'choshek mipnei or. Umavdil ben yom uvein layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai v'tzavot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimlocholeinu li'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai. Maariv, Haravim. O living and ever enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Good evening, Sue Bauer. Good to see you. Marvin Gruber, Ellen. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. That's great. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now the prayer that tells who we are and what we worship and who we worship. The Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. V'ahavta, and you shall love. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher nochi misapcha hayom al levavecha. V'shenantam levanecha v'dibat bam. V'shivtecha b'veitecha, v'leftecha v'aderech. V'shalpaho uvkumecha, ushartam laoda yadecha, v'hayu l'totafot beinenecha, ushartam al mezuzot beitecha v'sharecha. L'man tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohehem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher chotzeti ethem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liyot lahem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. I am the Lord your God, who led you out of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And as Miriam and the women went through the miracle of the parting of the Red Sea, they sang, Mi chamocha balim Adonai, mi kamocha neda b'kodesh, no ra tehilot osef eleh, malchutecha ra'u beinecha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe, Miriam, ze eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'chamirenu malkeinu l'chaim, ufrosh aleinu sukat shalomecha. Adonai, bless us. There is still hatred in this world. Please turn this hatred into love and compassion. Please bless those who were there to help us. May our country remain a shining lamp unto all nations. Please help us get rid of hostilities and help us rid of disease. Bless those who are there to help us, the doctors, the scientists, those who are there to protect us. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, eternal one, who spreads your shelter of peace over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba b'yamad yivrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyo omechon uchayedecha beit Yisrael. Bagala, Bagala, Uvizman Koiv, Bimaru, Amen. Yeheshme Rabba Mevorach, Lealam Lealme Amaya, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Yibarvi Raman Vinase, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmed Kudusha, Brichu, Leilam Mechobechata Vishirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damira b'alma b'imru. Amen. And now this week's Torah portion, and I'm just checking my notes, is Parsha Vayetzi. And in this Parsha, Jacob flees his home because his brother Esau has threatened to kill him. And he moves to his uncle Laban's house, where he falls in love with a young woman named Rachel. And he says to Laban, I want to marry her. And he says, you'll have to work 7 years for me in order to marry. And Laban's farm, his uncle Laban's farm, blossomed, grew, because he was there, because everyone knew that Jacob was blessed. At the wedding, Laban substituted his older daughter, Leah, for Rachel. And it wasn't until the next morning that Jacob discovered the mistake. He approaches Laban and says, "You tricked me. I want to marry your other daughter." He said, "You have to promise me you'll work another 7 years to marry Rachel." And he promised. And a week later, he married Rachel, the love of his life. He also married the 2 handmaidens of the sisters and had 12 children amongst all these women. I think one of the biggest discredits to women was what happened to Leah. First of all, we have a history. We have Abraham, who, when approached by the Egyptians, says Sarah is his sister, not his wife. So he denies marriage because he's afraid they're going to kill him. Adonai prevents Pharaoh from touching Sarah, but he denies that's his wife. Isaac did the same thing with Rebekah. He said, "That's my sister." And now you have Laban using his older daughter as a ruse to keep Jacob even longer. Now, Jacob was not fond. She was not loved. Jacob did not love Leah. They had 7 children. Adonai blessed them because he knew she was not loved. Yet Rachel remained barren. Leah was always sad because no matter what she did, no matter how many children, she never ever received the love that her sister had. Now, mind you, when we talk about Zelophehad's daughters inheriting his land, daughters inheriting land because there were no sons, there were restrictions. This is actually being ahead of ourselves. But yet, Leah was considered a second-class wife. And in fact, and we didn't do that prayer tonight, but when we do the Avot Ve'imaot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'nehem L'man Shemo B'ahava, there is a line in there in which they talk about Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Notice I said Rachel and Leah. Some of the synagogues say Leah and Rachel. Why? Well, Leah and Rachel that's the order in which they got married. Other synagogues reversed it and made Rachel first because she was the beloved wife, through no fault of Leah.
Rabbi, may I ask a question? But they conspired in a sense, Leah and Rachel, when they went along because there had been a word that that Isaac would know, Yaakov would know, but Rachel told Leah so she would know the words. So they weren't. I agree with you, but
that may have been a midrash because most of this came from Laban. This was Laban's trickery to keep Jacob there for 7 more years, and actually would have devised more trickery to keep him there longer.
Okay.
And he used his daughters.
Yeah.
And that's the theme, using the daughters, using the women. And that's what we see over and over. That Leah actually was the first wife, but not being given the honors of the first wife. So even though we've gone ahead in being progressive in women's rights, let's remember that we've come a long way, baby, but it hasn't always been easy. And I mean, even today, look at the women of the wall. They can't even carry a Torah scroll into the women's side to read from. They have to sneak in a tiny Torah to read from there. So we may have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. And now let's take a few moments to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our minds. Oh, say shalom bimrumah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, v'imru, imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimrumah, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, Imru, Imru, Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us and all Israel. And as we prepare for our prayer of healing on Mishabera, please in the chat, type in some names so that we may pray for their health. And I want to start with Sid and Joyce Becker, Katie Marcello, also with Stacy, Dorothy, Marlene, Tina, Sarah, Jean, and Bob, all those suffering physically and emotionally. Dawn Marie Alnut, Rabbi Galit, Bob Slater, Barbara Kirsch, Perry Ben Betty, Rabbi Laurel, Sue Marie, you think that's enough time for the people on the Restream chat? Okay. Lila Bot Sylvia, Amy Marvin, Beth, Dr. Susan. Okay. Let's go back. Mishe Be'era Avotenu Nahol Haraha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Be'erachimotenu B'chol ha'braha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kikoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kehol hamanam, v'nachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'ne'eman, V'haya Adonai, L'melech HaKoretz, Bayom ha'u, Yeh Adonai Echad, U'shemo Echad. Ellen Rose, I just had a thought. And I'm wondering if that midrash that you said was created to exonerate the men and make the fault belong to the women.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
keep that in mind. Who created
Yeah.
the midrash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We
Thank
recall
you.
the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of His kingdom. And if you are observing a yurtzeit or know of someone who passed recently, please keep it close to your heart and your thoughts. And I want to remember on this night, Kristallnacht, that took place that many years, 87 years ago in Germany today. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabah b'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'agalav zman kariv v'yimru amen yehesh lama rabah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Yitgadal v'yikadash, wait, Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmeid kudusha b'rechu le'in lam michol bicha tavashirata tushbucha tavanechamata damiram v'yalma v'yimru mein yehesh lama rabba mishamayim v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen oseh shalom b'mrumav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May all those who are in mourning please be comforted by the one who comforts all. And I messed up on that one. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I start doing a prayer from memory and all of a sudden I'm doing the wrong prayer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you were with us this evening. I hope the temperatures are just right. Sue Bauer and I are thoroughly enjoying. I mean, they'll get up in the morning, it's Florida, and it's in the 50s here. And then it shoots up to summer in the mid-afternoon.
We had 70 today in New
Well,
York.
Well, you were close to us. We were 77 down here.
Oh, boy.
We're 73 now, but it'll go down into the 50s and 60s. We're actually opening the doors to let the house air out. We get to do this for 3 days the whole year to air out the house. As Sue is nodding, yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. We're here 5 days a week. Actually, yeah, 5 days a week. Rabbi Galit, Rabbi Deborah, Rabbi Nancy, myself, Rabbi Steve. We're here for you guys. Thank you for being here. You make this a pleasure. Be well, be happy, and be safe. And Rabbi Jeffrey, give me a call. Take care, everyone.
Toda rabah.